Welcome back to Moment of Truth with DNA Angels. My name is Jessica Deem, and I'm a volunteer with DNA Angels. If you're new here, DNA Angels is a nonprofit that's based in Carbondale, Illinois, with a global reach. We help adoptees, donor-conceived individuals, people who never knew their biological parent, or anyone who's had that fumbling DNA surprise, uncover the truth about their biological roots at no cost when it comes to identifying a birth parent. Today, we are here with Jesse, who is looking for his birth father. For the very first time, we will be revealing to him who that is. Jesse, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. My name is Jesse. I was adopted. I have known my matrilineal line, my biological mother and grandmother, but other than that, I don't know anything. So it's been a big life mystery for me.
How did you find DNA Angels?
It was through YouTube, through watching, I think it was the story of somebody of how they had found their family. So.
Oh, awesome. Well, before we start and I reveal who your birth father is, I want to take a moment to invite our audience to show their support. Jesse, what is your favorite sport?
My favorite sport? We'll go with soccer.
That's wonderful. So what we'd like to do is if you're watching this today or tomorrow or 5 years down the road, we want to show Jesse some support while he finds his biological truth. And if you just want to share out a soccer ball or kicking feet in the comments, that will help support him. Jesse, are you ready?
I think so.
Again, you can pause me at any time if you have questions, anything along the way.
Thank you.
When we start sorting your matches, we take all of your DNA matches on Ancestry and we sort them into clusters. Those clusters hopefully will bring us to two grandparents that came together. And in your case, it did. It brought us to Edward H. and Janet S. Those two people were married and they had 3 children, and those children is a daughter and 2 sons. So ultimately, one of those 2 sons is your birth father.
Wow.
I do have a picture for you of your grandmother. I am going to share it in our Facebook chat for you. We are not going to share pictures or last names on the video just for privacy's sake, but if you have your Facebook open, I can share that with you.
I do.
As far as I can understand and have done the research, your grandmother is still alive. So let me get it pulled up here. While I get that pulled up, I do have an interesting story. While we were researching your family, it looks like your 7 times great grandmother was the sister to Daniel Boone. So
really?
That's really exciting. There will be stories in your tree about her and some news articles that follow the ancestors down because that's something they wanted to share.
Thank you.
I thought that might seem interesting to you. So
thank you guys for doing this, by the way. It was just so overwhelming. I didn't even know where to start.
So like I was saying, she has 3 children, a daughter and 2 sons. So that would be your aunt and an uncle and your birth father. And both sons had quite a few children. So
really?
So that part is a little interesting to me. I like to think, right? So this woman that I just shared with you is your grandmother, Janet. Your grandfather, Edward, worked as an arsenal worker. So he worked on missiles. I have a newspaper article that talked about his life and how much he liked rockets, and that never left his love. He did unfortunately pass away in 2007, but like I said, Janet is still alive and kicking, and and sure, she's looking for another grandchild. So let me get back.
I can already see the eyes and the nose. There's definitely,
and she looks like the most amazing woman to me. So
she does.
So Janet and Edward, they had Linda, Brian, and Barry. Barry was a tall gentleman, looks tall in his Facebook page and the pictures that I have of him. I do have a picture that I would like to share with you. It's a more recent-ish picture. All right. So Barry has children. Let me tell you how many children he has while I find this picture. He has 3 children, and I do have a picture of all of those kids. So they both boys and Linda all grew up in Alabama. And so they have family that lives in Florida now. A ton of them live in Alabama at the moment. So when we're looking at that, Barry has 3 kids. And then Brian has blonde hair. He has, holy buckets. Now my whole computer is being wonky. All right. Brian has 4 children.
Wow.
And they are all on Facebook. So I will be able to give you all of those all of that contact information. And Brian lived in Florida for a little bit. And
That's interesting.
Brian was a little bit harder to get any information on. It's not really hidden. It was just a little bigger digging for us. So
I appreciate it.
of course, I'm happy to share those things. Here's a picture of Brian when he was in high school on your.
Oh, wow.
He is married, and like I said, he has 4 children.
And so it's between these 2 brothers?
Between those 2 brothers. We are thinking that it is more likely Brian, just based off the story that your mother gave you.
Totally.
Looks-wise and location-wise. So that is our best guess. Again,
Wow.
It would be between those 2 brothers. So reaching out to those 2 guys is where you would want to be. And then
That's incredible.
Yeah. How are you feeling?
I'm excited, and it's so new. It's still hard to maybe process. I'm excited to get into it and look around, and the concept that I maybe have definitely a bunch of cousins and maybe some half siblings.
That is huge. It's a lot to intake. I can't imagine what your brain is doing right now with all of that information. So I will tell you that it looks like Brian works a lot with phone companies and seems to have a pretty outdoorsy, active life. Same with Barry, very outdoorsy. They both seem to really enjoy the beach and that kind of thing. So lots to talk about in that part of it.
Wow.
Did your mother have any kids after you, do you know?
I don't believe so. There's family stories of an older sister, but I don't think my mother had anyone after me.
All right. Brian had, let me go back to this screen. So let me tell you a little bit about Brian's kids. He had 3 girls and 1 boy.
Wow.
So potentially 3 little sisters there.
That's amazing.
So,
wow.
And then Barry, he had a son and 2 daughters.
Wow.
Let's see. Sorry. All right, Jesse, I want to thank you for sharing your biological truth with us and allowing us to take this journey with you. If you or someone else that you love is looking for their biological truth, please send them to DNAngels.org so that we can help them. Remember to leave a soccer ball to support Jesse in his search. And until next week, and we meet again, have a great day.
Thank you.